Hello everyone. The agricultural industry is not only affected by climate change, droughts and floods, but it also faces a serious threat from wildlife. Wild animals such as wild boars, white-tailed deer, coyotes, and wild turkeys are causing significant damage to crops, irrigation systems, and livestock across the United States. In states like Texas and California, wild boars frequently leave the forests and enter gardens, fields, and farms in search of food. While they may seem harmless, they are actually considered one of the most destructive wildlife species in the US. Wild boars reproduce quickly, with a female capable of giving birth to 10 to 15 piglets per litter, and starting to reproduce as early as 6 months old. This rapid reproduction leads to an exponential increase in their population, making control extremely difficult. In states like Texas and California, wild boars frequently leave the forests and enter gardens, fields, and farms in search of food. While they may seem harmless, they are actually considered one of the most destructive wildlife species in the US. Wild boars reproduce quickly, with a female capable of giving birth to 10 to 15 piglets per litter and starting to reproduce as early as 6 months old. This rapid reproduction leads to an exponential increase in their population, making control extremely difficult. According to USDA statistics in 2021, the damage caused by wild boars amounts to $1.7 billion annually, with the vegetable production industry in California alone suffering about $650 million in losses. The destruction caused by wild boars not only affects crop farmers, but also poses a threat to residential areas, especially in San Antonio, Texas, where wild boars roam in urban areas, endangering residents and impacting local infrastructure. The U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, reports that Texas currently has the largest wild boar population in the U.S., with an estimated 3.5 to 4 million wild boars, accounting for nearly 50% of the national wild boar population. With their rapid reproduction and high adaptability, a female wild boar can begin reproducing at 6 months old and can give birth to 10 to 15 piglets per year. If left uncontrolled, their population can grow exponentially within a few years, posing a serious threat to agriculture and the ecological environment. Despite millions of wild boars being hunted across the country each year, their population continues to rise due to high reproduction rates and strong survival abilities. In addition to Texas, Florida, Georgia, Alabama, and Southern California are also areas with large wild boar populations, causing significant damage to local agriculture. According to USDA reports, wild boars cause an estimated $2.7 billion in damage nationwide each year. These damages primarily stem from crop destruction, damage to irrigation systems, soil erosion, and the spread of diseases to livestock. Although wild boars are typically forest-dwelling animals found in woodlands, grasslands, or riparian areas, they have no hesitation in entering fields when they detect a plentiful food source. Vast fields of corn, soybeans, vegetables, or wheat are often their preferred targets, where they can hide and destroy crops for weeks before moving on to other areas. Wild boars have a natural instinct to dig in the soil for food, causing severe damage to crops and the farming soil, particularly in key agricultural production regions. Not only do they impact agriculture, but the invasion of wild boars also poses a danger to human safety. They frequently cross highways, leading to a rise in serious traffic accidents. According to the Texas Department of Transportation, more than 8,000 wild boar-related accidents occur annually, causing millions of dollars in damage and threatening human lives. Additionally, wild boars carry many dangerous infectious diseases, such as foot and mouth disease, African swine fever, and brucellosis, which can spread to livestock and threaten the livestock industry. Imagine a group of 25 wild boars invading your cornfield and staying there for a week. They could destroy acres of farmland, collapse fences, and cause tens of thousands of dollars in damage in a short amount of time. Wild boars are considered one of the most dangerous invasive species to US agriculture, with their rapid reproduction and strong adaptability making them a major challenge for both authorities and farmers. Unlike other animals, wild boars are not protected by wildlife conservation laws in the US state governments encourage unlimited hunting to reduce their numbers. In states like Texas, Florida, and Georgia, authorities even support professional hunting programs and organize wild boar hunting tournaments to encourage public participation. According to the USDA, between 2.5 to 3 million wild boars are killed by hunters every year. Yet this still does not reduce their population. A female wild boar can give birth to 10 to 15 piglets per litter and start reproducing as early as 6 months old, causing their numbers to grow exponentially. Additionally, they can adapt to a wide range of habitats, from forests, grasslands, and riverbanks to even suburban areas. Many farmers in the US are so accustomed to wild boars wreaking havoc that they don't even bother to clean up the carcasses of those killed, simply leaving them in the fields. While wild boar meat can be processed for consumption or sold to restaurants, the sheer numbers make killing them sometimes a necessity, not just for profit, but to protect crops and property. Additionally, in Texas, there is a widespread issue with a specific type of wild pig known as the razorback, which we will discuss further. The razorback pigs in Texas are descendants of pigs brought to North America by Europeans in the 16th century. When these domestic pigs were allowed to roam freely or escaped, they gradually adapted to the wild, evolving into stronger, fiercer animals with an excellent survival instinct. They interbred with European wild boars and American feral hogs, creating a new breed that retains traits of their ancestors while possessing remarkable adaptability to Texas's harsh environment. Razorback pigs have a distinct appearance compared to domestic pigs. They typically have long, slender bodies, tall legs, sharp snouts, and erect ears. The most defining feature is a tough, bristly mane running down their backs, which stands upright like a ridge. This is why they are called razorbacks. This tough fur helps them adapt to the extreme weather conditions, from the hot summer to the cold winter of Texas. Additionally, their long, sharp tusks enable them to dig, defend themselves, and attack predators effectively. Texas is an ideal region for razorback wild pigs to thrive. With its vast landscapes, abundant grasslands, forests, and plentiful water sources, they face no difficulty in finding food. These pigs are found throughout most of Texas, but they are most concentrated in the central, eastern, and southern parts of the state, where the living conditions are most favorable. They can survive in a variety of environments, from dense forests to arid plains. Unlike other wildlife species that typically migrate seasonally, razorback pigs tend to stay in one area as long as there is enough food and water. They prefer to live near rivers, lakes, or marshy areas where they can bathe in the mud to cool off and repel parasites. Razorback pigs are incredibly intelligent, which makes controlling their population a challenge. They learn quickly from their surroundings and can even avoid traps after witnessing their kin being captured. With their strong survival instincts, they not only forage for food, but also adapt to sudden changes in their environment. Razorback pigs are omnivores, capable of eating anything from plant roots, wild fruits, insects, and animal carcasses, to even small living animals like rabbits, snakes, and sometimes even young livestock. This makes them a significant threat to both the natural ecosystem and the agriculture industry in Texas. They have a habit of rooting around in the soil to find food, causing severe damage to many agricultural areas. Another concerning feature of this species is their rapid reproduction rate. A female razorback pig can give birth to anywhere from 4 to 12 piglets per litter and can have 2 to 3 litters a year, meaning that within just a few years, the population of a herd can increase exponentially. This is why razorback pigs have become a major issue in Texas, with their numbers now exceeding 2.5 million. Razorback pigs are not just a problem for hunters or wildlife reserves. They are a nightmare for Texas farmers. They destroy crops, steal livestock feed, and can even pose a danger to humans if provoked. Each year, the damage caused by wild pigs in Texas amounts to hundreds of millions of dollars, primarily due to crop destruction, soil erosion, damage to irrigation systems, and traffic accidents when they cross highways. In addition, they also act as vectors for spreading dangerous diseases such as African swine fever, brucellosis, and pseudorabies, threatening the health of both livestock and humans. Razorback pigs also directly compete with native species, such as white-tailed deer and raccoons for food, disrupting the ecological balance. They also raid the nests of many native bird species, contributing to the decline in numbers of rare species. Additionally, some programs using extermination through drugs have been studied, but they face controversy due to concerns about their impact on other wildlife species. Experts are also experimenting with sterilization methods, but the effectiveness of these methods is still limited. What do you think about wild boars being a real threat to agriculture, the natural environment, and public safety in Texas? Please share your thoughts in the comments section of the video. In the subtropical forests of Florida, there is a unique breed of wild pig known as the Florida wild boar. This species is a hybrid of domestic pigs and European wild boars, brought to the US for sport hunting. One of the most notable features of the Florida wild boar is its long, sharp tusks, which help them defend themselves and hunt prey. Male boars typically have longer tusks, which can grow up to 7 centimeters, making them formidable opponents in the wild. Florida wild boars are found throughout the state, from dense forests and grasslands to swamps and agricultural areas. They especially enjoy living near rivers, lakes, and wetlands, places with abundant food sources and ideal conditions for reproduction. Florida wild boars are not only omnivores, but also highly intelligent. They can learn quickly and often change their habits to avoid being hunted. Wild boars eat nearly everything they find, from grasses, roots, wild fruits, mushrooms, insects, small animals, to even animal carcasses. They have a habit of rooting around in the soil to search for food, especially tubers and insects underground, which severely impacts the ecosystem. In areas near farms, wild boars often attack crops, destroying fields of corn, sugarcane, peanuts, and even eating livestock feed. Florida wild boars usually avoid humans, but if they feel threatened, they can become very aggressive. Adult males can attack with their tusks, causing serious injuries. They are also fast runners, reaching speeds of up to 40 kilometers per hour, which allows them to easily escape from predators. Every year, wild boars cause hundreds of millions of dollars in damage to Florida's economy, mainly due to crop destruction and damage to agricultural infrastructure. They destroy crops, especially corn, peanuts, sugarcane, and watermelons. They damage irrigation systems by rooting up the soil, attack small livestock, and reduce livestock productivity.